So, hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Wasting Time with Faye. Today is more Genshin Impact. As you can tell, we're in the desert, getting sand everywhere that we shouldn't. Anakin Skywalker would just be so appalled. There's an old joke for you. Um, let's see, let me check my notes. I don't have any notes. So, we're going to do it's MSQ's day, so we should go to Fontaine and do Fontaine, or else finish up here in the desert. So we can go to Fontaine and go swimming, basically, because it's all water. Well, and like mechanical stuff. It's more like Italy than France, I guess, because France doesn't have um, gondolas and stuff and things and stuff and things and all of that stuff. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoy the stream. But first, we must push this button. See, the sand just gets everywhere. I mean, where did it even come from? That's like a sand tube full of sand that moves sideways. I mean, obviously there must be a hole up there in the ground somewhere, sucking all that sand through to push it through the sand tube. But at what cost, really? You have to ask yourself, for all this treasure and adventure, what is the real cost? Will Benny end up dead from a bunch of scorpions or dung beetles, or will Brendan Fraser finally find the mummy? Those are the real questions we have to ask ourselves. The mighty can be very tiny. I have decided in my supreme benevolence to see the Sealy home before we continue on our illustrious journey in Fontaine. And please, I hope to dear God the people from Mahoyo don't get mad that I'm making fun of Fontaine.
Cry out my illustrious name.
I mean, I don't see why it should. There's nothing wrong with it. Nicknames are just what we do for people that we really care about. Or in this case, a video game company, I suppose. There's no shooting that through the wall. We'll have to find the right way.
By royal decree.
No rest for the...
Let the show begin. Stand clear. Race you.
I do go the wrong way a lot, so I'm not surprised that that worked out that way.
Go to waste.
Let's go back inside here and make sure that we're not missing something. Like a button push or... No. Okay, we're going back. I promise this won't take that long, but we have a long time. We might get to do this and Fontaine. What if this is short? I mean, it doesn't feel like it's going to be short, but we could be optimistic about our dungeon dive. And that we won't get sand in our shoes or anywhere else. Like, I would wish I had, like, goggles, because there's probably sand in my eyes. At least by now. I mean, it's blowing in the wind. Oh, no, they didn't see me. Can I open you? I do not have clearance. Of course not. I am just a temporary employee in the light of all of this. Here, eat this. Have one of these two. And a side of this. This is my recommendation for you as your waitress tonight. You would totally love these roasted mushrooms. They have been flame broiled on an air fryer. And there it goes. And now I can blow dry my hair. Okay, what does this do? What did it do? It did something. Is this one open? This is a setup if ever there was. Oh look, it woke up. Let's use our buffs this time. Make it quicker. There's no reason not to buff up, right? I mean, look how quick it, like, it's just phenomenally different when you use the extra, like, 20% damage to Oz and then Shanling. I know it doesn't show the icon, but I'm almost positive it actually stacks because they both have thrilling tails, and it's not that one buff can only be deployed in so long, it's that each character can only deploy the buff in so long, I think. Oh no, oh no. That might have killed us.
Absorption test. Animal test 6308. Race you! Open sesame! Oh, now I'm hungry.
If she betrays me, I'm going to put her in the ugliest piece of crockery I can find at the dollar store and then seal it in a pile of dirty socks. Teach her a lesson. It'll be like really bad socks, like the guy that throws his socks away after he wears them once because his feet stink so bad that he can't wear his socks twice. Or like the guy is, I don't know how to put that. It's like something your uncle would do. Really stinky fucking sock. And did I miss it? Is it over here? It's way up. Oh, it's way up there. We have to get that before I forget it exists.
By royal decree.
Roasted mushroom.
Absorption test. Odds revealed. Animal test 6308. Stand clear. Yeah. Race you. By royal decree. Absorption test. Let the show begin. That really hurt. Nice and spiked. Odds.
Ew, is that like the stuff the chicken nuggets are made out of? That's mystery meat. I've seen it once on TV. It was like pink slime. I think that's what they called it. It was pink slime. Oh my. What adults do in the dark. Underneath the moonlit stars and the desert sands.
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big... Let the show be... Booba, get them!
Well, before you put any mysterious snake meat in your mouth, you should always wash it first. Because, you know, hygiene is very important. Okay, what do we have here? A door I can't open. A door we can't open. And a puzzle. Oh, more puzzle. Oh!
Animal test
Yo, he isn't
63
gonna do
away.
anything.
Stand clear.
Torn through first. Oh, don't get hit like that. Oh, that's dangerous.
Oh, you're toast!
Oh, he's got lots of hit points. Oh my. Yeah.
Go, Barbara, go!
He is an E. Holy crap.
Nice and spicy. Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, ow.
Go, Spike! Race you! test. Nice and spicy. Eat this! Let the show begin.
As you wish, Ming.
Boba, get them! Animal test 6308. Nice and spicy. By royal decree, stand clear. You're toast!
I don't have him. Um, I, I yeah, I don't have him. And I honestly don't know who my favorite Genshin character is. Um, hold on for a minute. Sorry, I've been talking all day. I think mine is actually Shan Ling, because she's spicy and she likes to cook like I do. Or else it's gotta be Yay Miko, but I think a lot of people like Yay. And hello and welcome to the stream. One moment please too, I need to go get a water. And I'm not gonna lie, Rex Lapis, he looks really stunning in his suit. Honestly. and I'm not very far into anything with Purina, but I like her so far. And I think it's because she likes to showboat and do some showmanship stuff, but I'm not quite sure. It could just be the outfit. Yeah, I'd be like, are you following me, buddy? Okay, so this is just a side quest, so let's get started on the other quests. Because it is main story quest day, so if it's not a story quest, we shouldn't be doing them. I have a habit of squirreling, and so I try to keep me back on track a lot. But sometimes it just doesn't seem to work. And I turn me up just in case I'm too quiet.
Cultivating the scholars of the future.
Hello and welcome, everyone. I am Safwan, a scholar from the academia, and I will serve as this debate's adjudicator. I swear to judge both parties with the utmost wisdom and impartiality. I will neither interfere with the proceedings nor demonstrate bias. I ask for both parties to stand. May the Dendro Archon also serve as a witness to this duel of wits.
Since you so desperately demand an explanation, I will expound on the Academia's stance. You may have misunderstood us from the outset and believe that the Academia is prejudiced against you. However, the truth is that the Academia wishes for every resident of Sumeru to be afforded opportunities to grow and cultivate their wisdom. Therefore, the works they consume should also possess enlightening qualities and intellectual value. We have failed to identify these qualities in the shows performed at Zubair Theater. In other words, instead of struggling against the academia in pointless confrontations, if you had spent your time reflecting on improving the quality of your shows and enlightening your audience, Zubair Theater would not be today facing such a tragic fate.
Aggressive from the get-go. He's really putting on the pressure. Can Nilu stand her ground?
Calm down, Nilu. First, carefully analyze what he said. He said that we were shut down not because the academia looks down on the arts, but rather because our shows aren't up to their standards. However, the theater carries everyone's feelings and serves as the bond that connects us all. Inaya really wants to win. She doesn't want to lose anything else because of her painful past. Everyone is free to appreciate art. No form of art is inherently superior. Mr. Zubair has been meticulously managing the theater. Everything checks out.
Art must first be appreciated by others to confer value.
The most important thing about an experience is how you choose to interpret it.
The theater carries everyone's feelings and serves as the bond that connects us all. Don't think that would make for a good rebuttal. Everyone is free to appreciate art. No form of art is inherently superior.
In your eyes, our shows can't meet the academia's expectations. Shouldn't it be the audience who decides if a show is intellectual or enlightening? Why is someone from the academia judging that? Also, I believe that there is no such thing as a wiser or more enlightening performance. Art doesn't discriminate, and it appeals to all. Everyone has the right to appreciate art.
Appreciation is but a primitive form of satisfaction. Guidance and enlightenment are necessary if we are to induce growth in the performers as well as the audience. This stance holds performers to a higher standard and encourages the development of the arts. If all performances are simple-minded, require little effort to comprehend, and lack any impetus for the betterment of society, then the people will not be able to develop a greater level of artistic understanding. Nurturing the populace's understanding requires a long and arduous process, and guiding this process is the academia's true goal.
He changed the topic without batting an eye. Good thing I'm prepared. If I remember correctly, what I should say here is...
Art must first be appreciated by others to confer value.
Someone at our theater has tried that before. He was a famed artist, but he recognized that very few people could connect with his works. I agree that art should be enlightening, but we can't pursue that goal by creating complicated works. If a work can't tap into an audience's personal experiences or feelings, then its contents may as well be a castle in the sky. What's the point of performing a show that its audience can't even follow? That would only be forcing people to watch something they don't like.
You can only reach that conclusion from a place of ignorance.
In that case, before passing judgment, you should first become a better dancer than me.
You tell them, Nilu.
Looks like he's backed himself into a corner.
As the party holding the burden of proof, Sharif has failed to provide sufficient support for his judgment of the quality of Zubair Theater's programs. Likewise, the definition that Nilu put forth is but her personal opinion, Neither party is the victor for this particular point of contention. Additionally, I must request that both parties exercise greater control on their emotions.
Keep it up, Nilu! You're doing great!
In that case, I shall speak of more concrete matters. The essence of this issue is that you have violated the law, so you must now pay the price for your transgression. This course of action is also completely procedurally sound. We have already contacted Zubair Theater multiple times regarding the theater's repertoire. However, you have consciously ignored our warnings, or perhaps your compliance was purely superficial. Regardless, that failure has indirectly led to the present day's proceedings.
That is indeed so, according to the laws decreed by the Academia.
He started talking about procedural stuff, so I need to focus on... Mr. Zubair has been meticulously managing the theater. Everything checks out.
Mr. Zubair has already provided signed copies of all documentation related to our operations. Everything is perfectly filled out and valid. Although the theater's performances don't align with the Academia's requests, the law doesn't say that Zubair Theater can be demolished only because of that reason. Demolition notices need to be provided in writing and made available to the public. Otherwise, the theater can continue to operate as long as its license is valid. Failing to follow these rules makes your stance procedurally unsound.
Yeah! That's right!
There are different ways to apply the rules. There is precedent for this. So long as this matter is discussed within the Academia, this course of action will come to pass.
Looking at the past 27 cases of similar nature, 90% of them support Sharif's claim and position. However, the demolition process in those cases was only started after discussion at the Academia. In other words, premature notice of demolition is indeed a rash act.
That's more than enough. We've proven that the order is unreasonable as it currently stands.
Cease your futile resistance.
Nilu's definitely won this point, right? You're right. Stay focused, Nilu.
Even if permission for demolition has yet to be obtained, it is a fact that your performances violated the Academia's policies on numerous occasions. Based on that fact, we can permanently revoke your right to perform in Sumeru.
Under the current system, it is indeed possible to immediately revoke Zubair Theater's performing rights.
That's a thing?
Rather than protecting Zubair Theater, I surmise that your true intention is to maintain your hold over your audience and their patronage as your source of income. Without them, Zubair Theater is nothing more than an empty building. And without its performances, the theater has nothing else of value.
What you said isn't true at all.
Keep it cool, Nilu! Right. I need to keep calm, but he... Just a little more. Zubair Theater isn't just a performance venue to us.
Art must first be appreciated by others to confer value.
Everyone is free to appreciate art. No form of art is inherently superior. The theater carries everyone's feelings and serves as the bond that connects us all.
Zubair Theater isn't simply a performance venue to us. It means more than that. It's been our home for a long time. Miss Raykar can't go on adventures anymore, but she has found a stable career and a new life at the theater. Her son, Soren, has already passed his theater exam, and he'll soon be our newest member. Mr. Kasani found a new way to look at art. He decided to stay at the theater to watch us grow. Mr. Farhad and Mr. Hushang visit even when there isn't a show going on, and they always tell us lots of entertaining stories. Even Inaya wants to stay with us, and she's starting to look forward to a new future. Zubair Theater exists for them, for every single one of us.
Perhaps Zubair Theater has provided you with a multitude of positive emotions and experiences. However, you have misconstrued something, young miss. The interpersonal relationships you speak of were established upon normal theater operations. Sheikh Zubair operates the theater for his livelihood. His employees work for their wages, and the audience comes to enjoy performances. Relationships are merely a byproduct in this exchange of interests. They may be pleasant and captivating, but they can only ever be secondary. When scholars collaborate to solve difficult problems, we freely share our knowledge and resources with one another as if we were all kin. However, this collaboration ends after the results of our work are published. The reason is simple. We are scholars, and there are new projects that await our attention.
He really doesn't think much of relationships. Paimon also thinks he did a lot of prep. He's been solid as a rock.
Sharif's argument is currently the more persuasive of the two for this point of contention. The continuance of the interpersonal relationships Nilu spoke of remains hypothetical before the theater's demolition, whereas the situation that Sharif described has been well documented at the Academia. The Academia has made significant academic contributions, in no small part due to its researchers' efficiency and ability to compartmentalize.
Oh no, what should we do? Things are going in the opposite direction. A setup? So Nilu's got him? Good. He said what he said. The next argument could decide this debate. But is this really the best thing to do? It might be too cruel to Inaya. Inaya really wants to win. She doesn't want to lose anything else because of her painful past. She already agreed to this. She wants to win, no matter what. Me too.
Mr. Sharif believes that interpersonal relationships are a byproduct of working towards a goal. Once that goal is achieved or abandoned, those relationships would have no more reason to continue. Then, if someone has failed to live up to his expectations...
If someone has failed to live up to your expectations and ran away from home, then she shouldn't be your daughter anymore. Right?
Inaya...
Sorry, Nilu. As expected, I should be the one to say it. You don't need to shoulder this responsibility for me. If in your eyes, the purpose of my existence is to become your academic successor, then that goal has ended in complete failure. By your logic, that means there is no more reason to sustain our relationship as father and daughter.
Members of the audience who do not belong to either debate party, please speak with caution.
Let her speak. What she does not say, Nilu will.
No matter how many disagreements we've had, the truth is that you are still my father. You're so immersed in your own world, you can't understand why we come together for the sake of relationships.
Yeah, don't look down on us.
You can watch a dance anywhere, but there's only one Zubair Theater.
I'm almost starting to feel sorry for this guy, what with the idiotic things he said.
Order! Order! Members of the audience, do not interrupt debate proceedings.
I confess that this is the final argument we had prepared. Disown me, and you will win the debate. But before that, Father, I have some final words to say. I've been doing some soul searching. Not about whether I should have run away from home, but whether there was any point to my personal rebellion against you. I kept trying to earn your approval, but I only disappointed you over and over. The truth is, I ran away from home as a means to vent my recurring frustrations. That is to say, I was exerting pressure on you, and hoping you'd give up on your lofty expectations. by doing that? Wasn't I just doing the same thing as you? I won't force my expectations upon you anymore. At Zubair Theater, I have found the life I've always wanted. I will move on from my family troubles and strive towards my new goal. But if you dare to harm this place, then I will stand with my friends here and fight against you.
This is not the time to space out, Sharif. The debate is still underway.
You already consider them to be your friends.
You should be asking us that question.
Of course we are! Miss Inaya is a really good friend.
It was a bit of a process, but we won her over.
Make no mistake. All those who come to Zubair Theater become one of us. We will always be with her.
Such puerile simplicity. However, it is surprisingly a relief.
Wait, what are you... never mind.
They left?
Does that mean we've won?
We won?
Nilu, you're amazing!
I relaxed for a moment and I feel a little faint. It looks like he still has a place for her in his heart.
Terrific work, Nilu and Anaya. They likely won't cause any more trouble for us.
Didn't know you could get so fierce. I have a lot of newfound respect for you two.
This really took a lot out of me, though. I don't ever want to do this again.
Both Miss Nilu and Miss Inaya were so cool!
Should we throw a second round of celebrations?
Oh, it's you. Yes, I feel a lot better. The more I think back on everything, the more surreal it all feels. I don't think I could repeat what I did a second time. Yes, and it's all thanks to you. I see. You mean how fate brought me to the theater, right? Then I'll have to tell you about my teacher who Mr. Zubair had mentioned. Mr. Zubair opened his theater when I was still a child. There was a beautiful dancer, and from the moment I saw her, I couldn't look away. I thought to
And
myself,
that was her in the mirror.
the gods must have blessed her with such talent. But later on, she would actually smile down at me and say, just the opposite, in fact. Yeah. She said, dance is an art born from toil. It isn't a gift from the gods, but a creation by our own hands. It is a beautiful thing born from our life experiences. Whenever there is joy or something to be celebrated, people will dance. In other words, any place where people can effortlessly begin a dance will for sure be filled with the blessings of everyone's happiness. She wasn't looking for flowers and applause. All she wanted was to see her audience smile. Right. The same as what Mr. Kasani believes. I was completely moved by what she had said, so I started taking dance lessons from her. And later on, I began to dance here in her stead. Before she retired, she told me, for as long as you live, never forget what dance means to others. This is why Mr. Zubair and I never intended to listen to the academia. Even though it ended up causing everyone a whole lot of trouble, thankfully, everything worked out in the end. Although, I do have a small regret. Yeah, even though she has already decided to stop fighting with her father, they never managed to have a real conversation with each other. Before he left, Mr. Sharif looked like he had a lot on his mind. He probably has a lot of things he wants to say, but will now perhaps never get a chance to. Yeah, but I still hope that things can change. It never hurts to have hope. You and Paimon are more than welcome to keep attending our shows. Who knows? Next time, you might see Inaya on the stage.
Are you still worried about Inaya?
I wonder if it's because that she reminds him of her mother or something, and they're just not going there with all of that. Because it could totally be something like that. I don't like to wait, because it feels like it's just a waste of in-game time. But in order to proceed quickly, I guess we should wait and steal his Sensetias. Okay, so anybody who didn't see the last episode, I think that's funny because the balladeer had to go out and pick more Sensetias because somebody stole his Sensetias, and now we just stole his Sensetias. So let's come up here, and I guess we'll wait for 2 whole days. Yeah, that's a long time. Or we could go to Fontaine and fragment the story and make it weird. But I guess we'll just wait. If that's Inaya, I have a feeling that Daddy fell in love with a street performer and he just sees his wife and the daughter, because they don't talk about the wife. And it's going to be something like that, but we won't get to that probably till the next part. Let's see. And I keep getting told that this is not supposed to be so lighthearted and whatever, but it still reminds me of a Disney movie. Or like some DreamWorks movie or something, where it's like, it hints on the troubles and tribulations that we would face as adults in a real society, but it still glorifies everything and shows it in a more positive light than it could be. Because like, so far, everything has worked out for the best. I mean, we've saved layaway, so all those people that go to Kmart and Sears, they can just get their Christmas presents on time. Oh, and Walmart, I forgot they have layaway too. And, you know, like, we went to Inazuma, and we got rid of the electricity, so now everybody doesn't have their lights on, but it's a much happier place. And, like, with, someone's called it Winters, like it's Final Fantasy. And then, like, with Mondstadt, we saved a dragon from being corrupted by darkness and restored purity to his heart. If that isn't a Disney movie, I don't know what is.
Everyone, I'd like to introduce you to our newest member, Hinaya.
Hello, everyone.
She'll be dancing for us from now on, so please give her your support.
Inaya's taken her place on the stage! Oh, Paimon wonders how she'll look when she starts dancing. When you stop and think about it, happy endings like this sure aren't easy to come by. Nilu's efforts, everyone's wisdom, Inaya's determination.
And Sharif's mercy. And if I was actually able to be in control of some things, I would be a busybody and I would try to reconcile them. He tried. He gave it a chance. Yeah.
You do have a point there. The whole demolition thing was going overboard.
I mean, most parents only want to watch their children succeed in whatever they or make them happy.
Wanted to be ruthless, he could have
At
done
least
some
good
real
parents.
damage, even without winning the
Within
debate.
reason. I mean,
Oh,
you know,
well.
if your kid wants to be a
You can
drug dealer,
understand how people
obviously
like
you
him
don't want him to be a drug dealer or her to
Let's
be a
focus
drug
on
dealer,
watching the
but
performance.
you know, or like a murderer or something. But still, the point is what it is.
Wait, look who the cat dragged in! Isn't that Inaya's father?
Oh, it's you two. I don't have much to do today, so I just came to look around this place.
Are you looking for Inaya?
No, I am simply here to watch a performance. There is no need to trouble her. Well, I was for a time. My loss
But
of the
he
debate
made
caused
time
quite
to
the loss
watch
of faith
his
in the
daughter.
academia, so there was a period of unrest. I used this
Oh, and they
opportunity
probably
to
talked
suggest
trash,
that
and
my
we were like,
superiors
dude,
temporarily suspend
you
me from
lost
duty.
to...
Otherwise, the rumors would probably persist for even longer.
Oh,
Suspended from
my.
duty?
He almost got fired because he lost.
Yes, I am temporarily unemployed. However, I now have an abundance of time, so I can afford to come here and watch a show. I admit that I do not understand the magic that this theater possesses, but my curiosity has been piqued. I still cannot forget that
You
young
should watch
lady's
Nilu dance.
perseverance. Inaya would
It's
almost
wonderful.
certainly mature in the presence of such a person. There are no parents who do not worry about their children. I suppose she managed to hit a weak spot of mine. Never mind. I do not have the right to say that.
You're already here, so you might as well go see her.
All parents have the right to say that.
No,
It is
that
fine.
is not necessary. I will take my leave after the show concludes.
I'm with Paimon.
Do not
We
tell
should
her
totally
that I was
snoop.
here.
Yeah, She already looked at him. She knows that he's there. See, look. See, here it comes.
You said you were going to make peace with your past. Show your father how much you've grown. Don't be nervous. Everyone at Zubair Theater has your back.
It could be like me. I didn't speak to my mom until right before she died. It was 15 years
Let's go somewhere else.
over a silly
We should leave
misunderstanding.
this space.
You sure they'll be okay?
And you should never be like that with your parents. I don't care.
I think we should have faith.
There's nothing that you could do to ruin what you have with them. I mean, unless you, like, killed
yes,
one of them
Inaya.
or something crazy.
I have something for you. I'm still learning. It's hardly a masterpiece, but it's yours if you'll take it. You don't have to take it. It's fine. Never mind.
Let's have a heart-to-heart. Father.
Like father, like daughter. They're both so awkward with their feelings.
Yeah. She probably would have snuck away as well if I didn't drag her back.
Do you think they'll be able to reconcile?
I'm not sure. A complete
If they're acting like that,
reconciliation
it's
may also not be
probably
the best thing for them right
what's
now.
going to happen. But
All
I
those
don't
years of
think,
arguments and misunderstandings
it's like what
can't
she's
be
saying
settled
right now.
overnight. It might be best
And
if they
however,
continue
there
to
must
keep
be a
some distance for
deep-seated
now.
reason
But
to
no
cause
matter where
him
their
to treat
hearts
her in
and
that
bodies may
manner.
be, they
And
will
it wasn't
always
just
be
because of a
family.
rights of succession thing. It has to be
All I
something
wish
deeper.
for them is to be able to one day tap into the warmth of that bond. Oh, by the way, everyone's really thankful to you for helping out with the debate. So, we made you a little something. Hope you'll like it.
Isn't this Zubair Theater? Whoa, this is amazing! It's so
It'll fit right into my
detailed
magic
and
teapot.
We've
I would never drink tea out of that
also never
teapot.
made
There's so
anything
much
this
stuff in there.
complicated before. Mr. Zubair
And, like,
and Mr. Kasani took charge of the
Mona
design, while
and
Inaya and I made all the
Shingsho
little pieces
and
with the
stuff,
help of others.
they get like cooked
Miss
alive
Rekha and Miss
if they.
Nadia made and assembled the
We made
centerpiece.
tea inside of it.
As adventurers, you two will doubtlessly travel to many more lands and see many more things. That's why we hope that your time at Zubair Theater will become a fond memory of your journey. You two are welcome back anytime.
We'll come back and watch you dance whenever we get the chance.
You're welcome. And there's no need to be so polite. You learned fast. Come on, take it. This is the story of you and me. It's a tale that I'll never, ever forget.
I think honestly, if she was in it more, she'd be my favorite character. She's almost as sweet and endearing as Barbie, and she makes you want to like her. So anyway, from here, let's go to Fontaine, because it is MSQ's day, and let us continue on our way of learning what's up with the Hydro Archon in her, I think they call it an opera, instead of courthouse. So let's go see what that's all about, and maybe we can make a pretty fun stream out of this. We still got another hour and 45 minutes to go, and I've been saving this for today. Oh, that's the phone. One moment, please. Yeah, so I stand corrected. It is totally not France. This is like Italy. It reminds me of Final Fantasy IX, where you go to the one town where you play Tetramaster. I think it was Tetramaster. It could have been Triple Triad. I don't know why they renamed their card game, and they should have just named it the same thing because of proprietary rights and all of that, but still, it is definitely very similar. And for some reason, I don't know why, but when I hear accordion music, I think of Triple Triad. Oh, we went the wrong way. Dieter and stuff, and there's a little granny doing what grannies do, probably. That's something. Look at that. I don't know where to go. I'm kind of lost. This might take a moment. You'll have to bear with me. But see, look. Okay, so this is why I think it's France. So Olivier, Monet, and Estella. I mean, she might be a Estelle or something, but I know that's Olivier, and that's like Monet, but it's Manet. It could be mayonnaise, you know, because maybe he's saucy or he stinks when he farts. I don't know.
This is our current abode. Ah, Fremine, you're home. Where did everyone else go? I have some new friends that I would like to introduce.
Oh, they all just went out a moment ago.
I see.
But I really wonder.
Everyone is getting busy
Okay,
now
so
that
she's a
Father
kitty
will be
girl, right?
returning soon. I suppose
And
that can't
he
be
doesn't
helped.
have a tail, and he doesn't have a tail. So
Allow
are
me
they
to
like
introduce
from
you
an
to my little
orphanage, or are
brother,
they all
Fremine.
adopted?
He is a phenomenal diver.
See, Femine. And it's not spelled like he's Italian, so
Hello.
it can't be Italy. Has to be France.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. Oh, you sound very proud to have a diver as a brother, Linny.
Linny, could you come
And they
here
look
for a
nothing
moment?
alike. I mean, alike. Alive.
Hmm? What is it, Fremine? Do you have something to tell me? Okay, I see.
Is everything all right?
Oh, it's nothing. We were just discussing a little housework. Sorry for the interruption. Oh, before I forget, the Traveler and I collected more materials to make magic pockets. Were you able to get any, Fremine?
Yes, I went diving and gathered lots of materials. I was about to give them to you.
That's our Fremine, always quick with the underwater work. All right, I'll take these to the workshop.
So, I was discussing with my one chatter last night, and I just totally brain farted what I was gonna say. Oh, about voice actors and actresses, right? So, I find it odd
Looks like rain.
that there's a lot of women that play men.
You're right. But wasn't it clear and sunny just a moment
I
ago?
mean, and they're not little boys either. They're just like playing full-grown men at this point.
I'm afraid that's
And
just how
it
it
makes
is
me
here.
wonder
It
about,
often rains
like,
on days where there are
what
trials
kind of
being
voice
held in
pitch are
the
we
upper
really
house,
aiming
but
for?
don't worry, it'll
If
clear up
we're
soon enough.
demasculating males, I think.
What's wrong,
I think that's what I'm getting at. I don't
There's a
know.
legend about the rain that I tend to believe.
When
It's
the
said
rain
that
in
a
Spain
dragon of
falls
water
mainly on
once
the
resided
plains.
in Fontaine. Though
Oh,
we don't know where the dragon went.
another dragon.
Every time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour out rain.
Oh, the Ballin's brother.
When I was a child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go outside and play, I should yell toward the sky at the top of my lungs. Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!
If it's an elemental dragon, then having the power to make it rain wouldn't be very unusual. Let Paimon try something. Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
Doesn't seem to be of any use. It is just a legend after all.
You know, you might be a more popular magician if you understood the concept of romanticism. Or could at least play along.
Sorry, it might be because we've never met the Hydro Dragon. Perhaps it can't be comforted by the words of strangers. It rained for longer than I suspected.
Or
It's already getting late.
the Ballin was corrupted by the Abyss Mages. Maybe the Hydro Dragon is already is corrupted. And he's got one of those horn
some
things growing out of his
preparations for the
back.
show at the Opera House. I need to find a way to catch the last aqua bus of the day. On the day of the performance, just ride the aqua bus to the island of Araneus. I'll have Lynette meet you at the fountain in front of the Opera House.
Oh, are you leaving now?
What is it, Fremine? I'm in a hurry. Oh, I get it. You feel nervous delivering the materials for the magic pockets, is that it? Perhaps we could trouble the Traveler to help us take these materials to the Beaumont workshop and deliver them to the owner there? I'm afraid that Fremine can be quite introverted, and the boss there tends to be pretty talkative. Fremine has always been a little afraid of her.
No trouble at all! Don't worry, we're on the case!
Sorry for the inconvenience. I'm quite useless when it comes to such tasks. I'll think of a way to make it up to you.
Oh, no need, no need. This'll be a walk in the park for us.
Barely, because we have managed to shoulder the burdens of many nations upon our very slender shoulders. Yet they are broad and sturdy, or I think that's the expression. Now, we will go to the Beaumont workshop and hope that Simon, oh, that's Belmont, my bad, and we will hope that Simon Beaumont is there to deliver us a whip that we may lash things and I don't know where I'm going with that. We're trying to be a PG stream, so I don't know where we're going with whips and things. Certainly not shackles and fuzzy handcuffs.
Hello? Is there anyone here?
Oh, hello there. New customers? Looking to
Oh,
buy?
Simone,
Or do you
not
need
Simon.
something made? Or perhaps you're just
Oh, it's
looking for a
Estelle.
chat with me.
Oh no, we're just here to deliver some materials. Here they are. They're for making... what were they called again?
Ah, these must be for magic pockets. I could tell right away. I've already made several orders worth now. No need. They've already prepaid several batches worth. When they told me what they'd be using them for, I even offered them a discount. But they insisted on paying the full amount, saying that I had a business to run. It seems both their hearts and their pockets are made of gold.
Whoa. So, is Linny actually loaded?
I can't say for sure, but who knows? Maybe there's good money to be made being a magician in Fontaine.
Hey! Is this machine what you use to make stuff here? It looks really advanced.
Why use your hands when a machine can do the work? It would be a waste not to use the latest technology, and wasting is a kind of crime.
But where does a big machine like that get its power from?
Well, it's a little complicated. I'm not sure I can put it in layman's terms for you. But basically, everything we usually use here in the city is powered by indemnitium. It's a type of energy that's produced from trials.
Huh? How can trials produce energy?
Well, I'm not completely sure of all the details myself, but basically, when a trial is in session, the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale harvests people's belief in justice and converts it
Well,
into
if that was
energy
in French, I
used
don't know
all
what
around
is.
Fontaine.
I mean, that accent screamed, Parlez-vous en français, Monsignor? I don't speak French. Sorry.
But Paimon still doesn't get it. How can
I grew up
something
on Old
unreliable like people's
Wait,
beliefs be
wrong
turned into
game.
a stable power source for these machines?
Anyway, we don't have a backstory. I can't go there.
Oh, yeah! So that means the Hydro Archon relies on the machine to take the energy created by belief and turn it into power for all of Fontaine, right?
Even though I've never heard anyone really put it that
I
way
wonder
before,
why.
it sounds like it makes sense.
I
Besides
think
indemnitium,
maybe that's
we have
why she
another type
puts
of
on the
energy
shows
called
that she
Musia.
puts on.
It isn't
Because the
produced by
more
the
that she
power
would
of the
be out
Archon,
amongst her
but
people,
it is unstable by nature.
it would
Even
generate,
now,
it's
still
like the
cannot be
Pope
widely used
showing
by
up in a
civilians.
public forum and waving
thought
and
I'd find
speaking
you
to
hard at
people.
work, but
It
here
would
you are
garner
chatting
more
the day
faith,
away. Since
faith,
you're already talking,
and then they would make money, or money, they would make
You again?
energy based off of it, right?
Didn't I already promise you that I'd have the more I owe to Conferrie of Cabriere by next month? Why are you hounding me now?
Yeah, but how do we know that you won't go running off by the end of this month? I want 50% today. Wait, no? 70%.
Huh? You...
Seems business isn't so great for the workshop. We've already finished our job and delivered the materials. Maybe now's a good time to leave?
Hey, hold on! Before you go around trying to collect payments, why don't you settle your own debts first? If Confreri of Cabrera
Is it child?
of
What the fuck? I mean, oh my god.
You still owe the bank
I'm
a
sorry.
hefty sum of Mora.
It
So
was
why don't we work
child.
things out between us first,
Tartaglia, what are you
before we
doing
get
here,
back to
you
your
scoundrel?
conversation here?
Aren't you supposed to be taking care of your
You're
sister?
from Northland Bank. But we said we'll pay everything we owe next month. Why are you hounding me now?
Traveler, Paimon! I didn't think I'd run into you here in Fontaine. What are the chances?
We're surprised to see you too. What are you doing here in Fontaine? You didn't want to stay in Snezhnaya?
Child is not our friend.
Long story short, I've already been in Fontaine for some time now, and honestly, things have been pretty boring. But it seems that fate brought our paths together today. Not only will I have some good friends here now, but ones who always seem to find trouble. Either way you look at it,
I want to
seems
spit him
things are
like a
going to get
pig.
a lot more interesting now.
I don't like
Sure, we
Tartaglia.
want to avoid anything that you'd find interesting.
And what happened way back in like March or April when he released
Well so far.
in year one, I still don't like him and I don't care.
Hey, you, Northland Bank boy. Aren't you forgetting something?
Don't interrupt. It's not often I run into the Traveler like this. Why don't you wait for me over there for a while?
You kidding? Aren't you the one looking for us? You really expect us to sit and twiddle our thumbs while you catch up with your friends? Listen to me, boy. If you want your Mora, fine.
Uh-oh.
Why don't you?
That's not to say... No. Look at Paimon shaking
I
his head.
just said not
No,
to interrupt.
you better watch
By
out.
the way, Traveler, the last time I took Tonya and Tusser ice fishing, Tusser said,
Hey! That's way over the line!
Watch this. Watch.
All right, boys, let's see who has to pay up now!
Tartaglia's gonna
Can
do
you
it
at
in one
least let me
shot.
finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not to get rough with our clients.
He's a monster.
You're
He's
the
like,
ones who started it.
Signora.
This is an act of self-defense.
See the mask?
You two
He
will have
wears
to
the
be my
mask when he
witnesses,
gets mean.
okay?
I don't want to defend you.
I'm sure this won't take long.
You can run, but you can't hide. You're mine.
What's your deal, Brad? How are you so strong if you're just a staffer from Snezhnaya's Northland Bank? Wait, don't tell me you're...
Oh, now you notice. It's a little late, don't you think? Just make sure you understand that you don't mess with Northland Bank. Got it?
If I remember right, Child is, he's a dual, wielder. He's got ice and water.
Huh?
Oh, what? Uh-oh.
Now's my chance.
Purina turned him off.
Huh. That was weird.
One moment, please. I'm sorry, my allergies are going crazy and my nose won't quit running. So I went and got up and blew my nose.
I'm not sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of my hydro powers when I needed them. Maybe there's something wrong with my vision?
Strange. How could that happen? First time Paimon's ever heard of someone losing control of their vision.
Paimon doesn't pay attention.
Never mind. It doesn't matter. If I want to stay sharp, I shouldn't be relying too much on my vision anyway. Besides, I always have my delusion in case I need it.
So what are you doing in Fontaine, child? And don't say it's work for Northland Bank.
Well, I guess it's because I've been in a bad mood lately.
Huh? What kind of reason is that? Wait, since when do you feel down about anything?
I don't know. Maybe I still have a lot to learn about myself. But recently, there seems to be some sort of restless power stirring inside of me. And I don't know why, but every now and then I feel like I'm in a terrible mood.
Maybe you losing control of your vision just now is connected with that power you're feeling inside.
That is a possibility. I can't remember if I ever mentioned it before, but when I was 14, I fell into some unknown abyss. It was during that time I learned nearly all of my abilities. The one who took me under her wing and taught me was named Skirk. She was always quiet and very mysterious. Nobody knew where she came from or what she had been through, and she was always very strict when teaching me combat techniques. One time, I asked her why she was willing to take me on as an apprentice. From what I could make of her answer, it was because I had awakened it, and traces of it remained on me. She said that all my combat training would be useful in the future.
But what is it? What did you awaken?
She never explained that, but my guess is that it's related to a dream I saw when I had just fallen into that abyss. In my dream, I was in the deepest depths of the sea, and the boundless seabed was all around me. But in front of me appeared a whale that was so massive, I felt like I couldn't breathe.
A whale? Oh, that sounds familiar! When we fought against you before, you summoned a huge whale that seemed to leap at us. Is that the one?
That's just an abstract form of a whale that I create using my elemental powers. It takes that shape because the scene I dreamt of the whale has always been stuck in my mind. I'll never forget it.
So you used the whale as inspiration for one of your moves? Huh. Seems a little twisted to Paimon. So why don't you just go ask your master? Maybe she knows the answer.
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there, I've never stopped searching for Master Skirk and that unknown abyss. But it's been years now, and I've still found nothing. There isn't even a trace of the place where I remember falling into the abyss.
Oh, it sounds like some kind of ghost story.
Sounds like to me he shouldn't have spent all that time in
I'm out of
Leeway
leads at this point, but
messing
there's
around,
nothing more
and
I
he
can
should
do.
have been looking for
It
that
seems
stuff
that strange
instead.
encounters in this world tend to be elusive like that. Oh, seems the time really flies when I'm talking with you. I just remembered I have somewhere else I need to be, so I should get going.
What? More work for the Northland Bank?
No, it's more of a personal appointment. Lately, I've been sparring with some of Fontaine's official champion duelists whenever I'm feeling bored.
Official champion duelists? You mean it's their
Battle?
job to duel?
I want a battle.
Yep, in Fontaine, before a criminal goes to court, they're given one chance to defend their honor by requesting a duel
Oh, I
with
see,
an
and
official
Tartaglia's
champion
up there
duelist.
beating people up for the
champion
Fatui.
duelists are all powerful
'Cause that's
fighters
what he's
selected
like.
from among the
He's still a
nation's
scoundrel.
best. And the duel itself is a
Tartaglia.
no-holds-barred fight with no specified stopping point.
And I bet
So
you he used
engaging in such a
both
duel is
his
regarded as a
delusion
symbol of
and
defending
his
your honor.
vision.
If a criminal manages to win the duel, they'll be acquitted. But if they lose, they'll have
How do we
no
really know
choice
he
but to
has a
stand
delusion
trial.
and he's not like
And the
Kazuha where he has a
worst-case
second
scenario is
vision?
that you're simply killed in the duel. Though it's rumored that Fontaine has a death penalty, From what I can tell, no one has ever been officially sentenced to death. So really, the only people who opt to duel are those who have suffered a grave injustice in being accused, or those who greatly value their honor. Otherwise, why gamble with your life?
So, do many people actually get out of their trials by winning the duel?
Apparently, it's exceedingly rare for anyone to actually win. Fontaine probably enacted this system as a way to show that the nation respects the honor of its citizens. Besides, none of the champion duelists are to be trifled with, which is exactly why I was itching to face them as soon as I got to Fontaine. Apparently, the one I'm meeting today, Clorinde, is the strongest of the champion duelists. I had been asking her for some time before she finally agreed to face me today.
Well, that's Child for ya. Paimon feels like we heard that name somewhere before.
Oh, before I forget, I want you to have this.
Huh? Your vision? You're seriously just giving it away?
I'm just worried that it could become uncontrollable again. I'd be pretty upset if it got in the way of my duel, so I think I'll be better off without it for now. Besides,
what is he up to?
Hold on to it for a short while.
I don't trust him.
I'll retrieve it when I have some time later.
There is nothing to trust about Tartaglia. The last time we trusted him, he tried to kill us.
To us again, don't you?
No, he wants your food,
Whatever
Paimon.
gave you that idea? I'll be in touch later.
That sneaky guy. He said he's been feeling down lately, but he seemed the same as ever to Paimon. Well, since we don't have much to do for now, we might as well walk around and see the city before Lenny's performance.
Maybe he is a sociopath and you can't tell if he's up or down because he's always that way. And he truly has no version of one other than the other.
The reporter who was barely around for most of the story was the murderer all along! Sorry. Paimon was just surprised, that's all. Whew. Paimon never saw that twist coming. The murder mystery novels here are amazing! The whodunits here in Fontaine are a lot different than the light novels you see from Yai Publishing House. Both have their merits, but Paimon thinks this style of novels are more, well, novel. It's so exciting to reach the moment when the mystery is uncovered, especially in the one Paimon was just reading. You should buy a copy and read it too.
I 100% agree. My VN is a whodunit, sort of. But it's a 12-part whodunit, and that you don't find out who's done it until the end.
Oh, sorry about that. Paimon will be more careful next time. Hey, shouldn't we be heading to the Opera House to see Linny's performance soon? It's almost time for the show to start, so we should get going. Linny said that the Opera House is on Erinias, so let's go ride the Aqua Bus!
Looks like you're running in a tight three screws.
Schedule for details. Feel free to check the opera. I wonder when I'll be as tall.
Now this is fancy! The Opera Epiclese. What a place to hold a performance! No wonder Linny and Lynette were looking forward to it. Huh. Looks like there's a lot of people standing around the fountain up ahead.
Oh, Archon, please bless us with a bright and healthy child. We pray.
I don't know why you always feel the need to ask so much. I'll be happy as long as our child is healthy and lives a peaceful life.
I guess if they're our kid, then there's no doubt they'll turn out smart.
Maybe this is one of the customs in Fontaine. There sure are a lot of couples here.
Vache.
What's wrong?
Vache. Vache.
No, Paimon didn't say anything. Are you hearing things?
Welcome to the Fountain of Lucine. All the water flowing through Fontaine converges here. It's customary for newlyweds to come here and wish for children.
Lynette! You scared Paimon! When did you get here?
Lenny asked me to wait here for you, remember?
Right.
What do you mean? There are a lot of people here right now.
Hey, you're not trying to scare Paimon, are you? Besides, it's the middle of the day. It's not the time for eerie things.
I see. I might be able to tell you something that could help explain the voice you heard. In fact, you might not be imagining things at all. I suspect that what you heard is a result of your hypersensitivity to the hydro element. Others in my family have had similar experiences.
It's because of his sensitivity to the hydro element? But what would hearing a voice have to do with elemental power?
When do you cry, Paimon?
Wait, what? What does that have to do with anything?
Just answer me. When do you cry?
When Paimon's really sad? Oh, and when Paimon's super happy. Oh, and also when Paimon's really, really scared.
Then you should understand that tears contain your most intense emotions. Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine is where all the flowing water in Fontaine converges. Even the tears that fall to the ground will eventually gather here. So maybe what you heard was the intense emotion coming from someone's tears.
So, what did the voice say? Huh. If you were hearing their emotions, then Paimon wonders what happened to them.
Rather than worrying about them, we should worry about my brother first. Don't let that calm look of his fool you. He tends to get pretty nervous just before a performance. So chatting with Linny might help him relax a little before he goes on stage.
Oh, right. That makes sense. Let's go in and see Linny.
I swear I've heard this song before, but I don't know where.
Ah, Traveler and Paimon. Good to see you. I knew you two would come.
Are you kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world. We've been looking forward to it.
I can tell, judging by how early you've arrived. But you're actually right on time. The audience still hasn't started entering the venue yet, which means now is the perfect chance for us to take you to the best seats in the house. Wait just a moment. I'll fetch the tickets.
It's obvious that his sister dresses him because there's no way that a guy that thinks like that would have any fashion sense. He probably
The
doesn't
Opera
even think to
House
brush
has
his teeth in the
assigned
morning.
seating, so you always have to make reservations. I've already reserved your seats, and here are your tickets.
Ooh, front row seats. Thanks, Linny.
Don't mention it. There's no need to keep thanking me.
Hey, Linny! Could you come over here and take a look at this?
Oh, I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my assistant, calling me. I'll go lend him a hand.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats. You go ahead, Linny.
you'll have to forgive me, but I played a lot of Honkai 3rd, and I totally already don't trust this. I'm expecting evil murder dolls to pop up out of everywhere and try to seal me in time. And Child's up to something. He wouldn't have gave us his vision for no reason. It's very sus.
Oh, these should be our seats. Come on, let's sit down. Hey, Traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the place is practically empty still, it's kinda awkward if we don't say anything. Ah, you little... Of course you put this on Paimon!
Excuse me, I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry. I would be perfectly happy to chat with you if that is what you would like.
Oh, so you heard all of that, did ya? Boy, you sure have good ears. Paimon thought she was keeping her voice down. Wait, that's not it. Sorry. Paimon's the one who was being rude, talking under her breath like that. So, let's talk, but, what should we talk about? Oh, Paimon's got it. You're also here early and sitting in the front. Are you a friend of Linny's too?
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Linney would like to be my friend, I would be more than happy to reciprocate.
Oh, so you're not friends with Linny then? Oh, this is getting more awkward by the second. Paimon nearly forgot to make her introduction. Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine.
It is an honor to meet you two. I have heard of your deeds across Tevat. And as required by proper etiquette, I will also introduce myself. I am...
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet! What an honor it is to have you here to see my show!
Ah, Mr. Linney. I should say it is in fact an honor for me to see your performance in person.
Wait, Nervillet? Could he be...
I saw you all chatting just now, but it seems you still don't know who Monsieur Nervillet is. Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the symbol of justice and honesty here in Fontaine.
Whoa! Sorry for being so rude just now. Paimon had no idea you were such an important person.
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. Nearly every person has their usual reserved seat, so I'm not so special, really. And by the way, I should probably let you know, even though I would prefer not to. There's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now. I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression. So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise, she may become flustered.
That sounds like somebody I know.
Huh? Oh, it's Farina, the Hydro Archon. Huh. She sure has a smug and satisfied look on her face. Guess she has no idea that you saw right through her act.
Very good. That is for the best. No need to pay her any more attention. We may now enjoy the show.
Huh? So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the Hydro Archon?
All right, please wait just a moment longer. I've pretty much finished my preparations, and the performance will start as soon as the audience has made their way to their seats.
Yay! The show's finally about to start! Paimon can hardly wait! Paimon's never seen a real live magic show before! They're dimming the lights! The show must be starting! Sorry. Paimon will try to stay quiet.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epicles. I am the star of today's show, Linny. And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
Hello, everyone.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's just a sign that she's nervous.
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking, two vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with what you will witness on the stage today.
As I, Linny, put my sister in a box and cut her up with swords and saws, and then put her back together upside down, with her head in her waist and her feet for ears.
Oh, good point. That's what makes the show real magic.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin. Lynette will now exit the stage to make some preparations. I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. Perhaps in an unexpected way. I'm sure she'll be stealing the spotlight soon enough. Oh, and before I forget, there's one more thing I should say. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless.
He's like, bonjour and welcome to another episode of Wasting Time with Linny. Oh, all the cards just fell out. All my tricks are not up my sleeves, they are in my hat. If you'll notice, my sleeves aren't really sleeves, they're more like socks on my arms that are connected to gloves. But barely, you will notice, as I put all these cards on the floor, I am missing 42 different cards because I've only dropped 12.
So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky. Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very
Everybody
eyes.
I know wants to make their sister vanish completely in a water tank too, but they don't quite vanish, they just don't come out of the tank. Ask my sibling, they'll tell you.
It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do.
Oh my, your sister's gonna kill you if you shows up on stage
Are you
naked.
still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
Whoa! What in the world just happened? How did he do that? Paimon didn't see him do anything! Wasn't Lynette inside the water tank? How did she disappear and then reappear out of nowhere?
If we could see easily through his tricks, and that would mean that his skills are still lacking. To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting caught up in trying to see that which has been intentionally hidden.
Guess you're right. Paimon couldn't believe her eyes when Lynette reappeared. Amazing!
Thank you, everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed the
Dubilier has the eyes of a dragon. I believe he is a dragon.
Journey has only just begun.
He's the dragon that they're talking
more
about.
Astonishing surprises for everyone here. The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen. I'm sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was impressive enough, but Lynette is still my assistant after all. In which case, I have ample time to make all necessary preparations.
To push her feet where her ears are and make her hands sprout out of her...
Please, if my assistants could bring out the magical boxes now...
Oh, here it comes. You can cut her up.
Boxes and only 2 boxes.
I think,
one is here,
right?
and
Or
one is
not.
there in the aisle among the audience.
This is like David Copperfield, but not.
I'm sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our next magic trick. A swap! Our lucky
Well, nobody ever
audience
called me
member and I
clever,
will
that's for
each
sure.
enter a magic box. After 1 minute, we will each emerge from the opposite box. Now please, everyone pay very close attention to the box you see here. Don't give me any chance to make a move.
Wow! How's he gonna do this? Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny have actual superpowers?
The lucky audience member will be generated by this random number selector. It selects numbers entirely at random. Even I don't know who will be chosen to participate. Now then, let's begin. Let me see. Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! You now have the chance to experience magic firsthand for an entire minute. Please, come forward. My assistant will take you beside the magic box. I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged everything for you to be as comfortable as possible. You don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things may happen, don't come out of the box. If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up? You might even find yourself in the Fortress of Meropide.
Oh, okay.
All right. Before I enter the magic box, there is one more thing I need to ask the audience.
She's
to do.
from the Valley in
Could you
France.
all
She's
give
like,
me a
I was like,
countdown?
for sure, dude.
Like this. 60, 59, 58. Just keep counting down. You can go a little faster.
But I'll
or
run out of
slower
fingers
if you
and
like.
toes if I count that high.
I won't be able to see anything.
What am I
in the
supposed to
pitch black
do?
box, so I'll be relying on your voices to know when time is up. Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Ooh! Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that!
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. You still can't be trusted. Let's practice together. Come on, repeat after me. 60, 59, 58.
60, 59, 58!
That's right, perfect. Keep it going. All right, I'll see you all on the other side once you've finished counting.
$54, $53, $52? Huh? Why aren't you counting, Neuvillette?
I am counting in my head. I think things are exciting enough in here as it is. Merely a consequence of my identity and personality. Do not worry about me. Just enjoy the show.
Oh, alright.
He's like Zhang Li.
Paimon thought you might be feeling uncomfortable
And I think Moktaros must have been a different watcher from something that might have lurked or something. Because I was bringing that up the other day, and I couldn't remember his name.
You all right in there? Is everything ready?
This is so fun. Mahoyo does a great job of storytelling.
I'm just double checking the direction of the magic.
It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places. For example, midair right above the audience.
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all. Ah, what was that noise? Did you hear it too? Not sure. Anyway, it doesn't seem like anyone's worried about it.
25! 24! 23!
What's wrong, Mr. Linney? I can still hear you moving in there.
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying to fix it, but it's pitch black in here. I can't tell left from right.
Never mind the decorations. There's no time for that. The show is what's important.
No, that's unacceptable. I want my show to be perfect. Don't worry, we still have 20 seconds. Hear them counting?
19! 18! 17!
It seems things aren't quite going as planned. I apologize, everyone. It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can be tiring to do such a long countdown. 10 seconds and change is still plenty of time.
10! Almost there now. Whew. Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back
This
one?
is wonderful.
I can't
And,
tell. They both look the same inside.
so far, this might be my favorite story arc.
I'll try again.
Like another one of my viewers said, where they were like, "You're gonna
slow
so
down,
enjoy this one."
honestly.
This is so good. It's almost like the oh no.
That doesn't count.
Now what?
Ta-da!
Is this part of the
Oh
show?
my. Well, that was a thing.
Mr. Lenny, you're going to use magic to fix the stage now, right?
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was still in that box, right?
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers. Seal the exits. No one is allowed in or out at this time.
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause. But if this was all part of some scheme, then those accountable will not escape the judgment of the God of Justice.
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom of this soon enough. Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead. His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Linny's magic troupe. Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage. As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowell in the box, rather than the guest from the audience. And after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl is nowhere to be found. It appears that this incident was not merely some mishap with the performance. And there are many indications that it is connected with the case of the serial disappearances of young women.
And the mystery is afoot. They stole Lenny.
The serial
Lynette.
disappearances case?
I mean, technically.
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before.
I know.
I know the truth. I can see through the whole thing. Really, using such a shallow and obvious mystery as his finale, did he really underestimate us that badly? I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Linney, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
Huh? Why me? This whole thing was an accident.
Oh, this all occurred during your magic show, did it not? The missing girl disappeared after being chosen, did she not? The deceased is one of your assistants, is he not? Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing more than a provocation, a bald-faced challenge.
That can't be right. How can Lenny do this? He was in the box on the stage the entire time. We can even hear his voice. Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances. He couldn't possibly mean catching himself.
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Linney and his associates, and that you are pressing charges?
Huh? I just think that he... Well, I think it might be a little early to talk about formally pressing charges.
But what Lady Farina said just now makes perfect sense. Looks like she's gonna personally deliver justice.
A kidnapping and murder carried out under the cover of a magic show. Lady Farina said it all.
I mean, of course, my dear people. But what excites me even more than the obvious truth before our eyes is the opponent I'll be facing. That's right. I mean you, Traveler. You'll support Lenny, won't you? After all, he was the one who helped you the first time we met.
Okay. You make me want to brush my teeth. It stinks like, you know what, and I just feel that I'm gonna have a very foul mouth if I answer this 100%.
Then there's no problem at all. You know, the Traveler and I already had a duel the first time we met. But with Lenny's help, our little duel ended in a draw. But draws really are the most boring possible outcome. So, no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser. And what better place to hold such a riveting showdown and decide the true victor than here, on the grandest of stages, the Opera Epiclese.
Huh. It wasn't a draw. She obviously lost last time.
I understand. Charges have now been pressed, and as such, a trial is in order. Well, Traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights. But putting her dramatic rhetoric aside for a moment, I would like to ask you, are you willing to act as Mr. Linney's attorney and defend him in this case? Very well. The trial will be held a day from now in the Opera House. Both sides may investigate the scene to build their cases and search for the truth. Linney and his troupe are all potential suspects and shall remain within the Opera House. The audience may begin to leave in an orderly fashion once they have been cleared by the guards.
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case...
Verily, and in 24 hours thou and I shall battle and find the truth between all of your misconceptions.
Really quite looking forward
Child fucking did. Oh, sorry, Mihoyo, don't take those monies against me. Child did it. It's Tartaglia's fault. He does everything wrong. It's Fatui.
Sorry about everything that happened just now. Were you frightened?
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing an accident like that?
Yeah.
And where
I'm a
did
little
Lynette
shaken up
go?
myself.
Like the whole thing was him
How could this
and
happen?
her?
And Poor Cal.
Or something?
I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking.
Oh, that name
Tell
is
me,
super sus though. His
do
name
you
is
think I could
Cowl.
possibly
Like
be
a
the
mask
murderer?
or a hood. I'll wonder.
I understand. Even I'm not sure what happened, so I can only imagine how difficult it is for you to grasp the situation. I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But, if you ask me, the whole thing is mysteries layered upon mysteries, such that all that's left is confusion. I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an accident or not, and I don't know why poor Cal was in the box. As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, I'm afraid I don't have any answers either. If someone tampered with my performance, then we need to figure out what they did. Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
Which is precisely why we need to investigate. As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible.
It's Sherlock Paimon to the rescue. And she has the most splendiferous of mustaches if ever there was a mustache. She obviously waxes it with Burt's Beach knees.
Paimon bought them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier. Pretty cool, huh? Don't worry, Paimon used her own savings to buy them. It wasn't from our travel funds.
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
You have good taste, Lynette.
That's the right attitude. Feeling depressed isn't going to help me now. I need to get back to my normal self. But with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult for Lynette and I to prove our own innocence. Good thing you agreed to be our attorneys. Thanks for that. We'll be counting on you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, just leave it to us. Oh, since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first. Where did Lynette go during the performance?
That is the first and most important question.
Well, I'm afraid that would involve some of our essential trade secrets as magicians.
The secrets behind our
Sir,
magic are
she is
past
suspect
saving,
in the
Lynette.
murder, and you needed to divulge
suppose
all
you're
your
right.
secrets in order to clear your
The
name.
truth behind our tricks is going to be important evidence that will be weighted during the trial. 'Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic show is a work of art. We've poured countless hours and spared no effort in perfecting it.
I still think
But if
Tartaglia was
revealing our
behind it,
secrets will
but I
help you
don't know.
uncover the truth behind what happened, then it will
Could also be
well worth
Dragon
it.
Boy.
We should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks. We'll go speak with the guards, and in the meantime, you can go investigate the stage and the seating areas.
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are still here. Detective Paimon is on the case! Hello, officer. How's the investigation going?
I see.
One
You
moment,
must be
please.
the
I still need to
traveler
go
that
blow my
Lady
nose
Felina
again. I
mentioned.
don't know what happened.
Listen, I'll be
But
perfectly
my
honest
nose is
with you.
running so
I'd
bad.
avoid
It's
getting
so
mixed
gross.
up in this whirlpool of a mess if I were you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Come with me and you'll see. The deceased is one of Linny's assistants, named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troupe long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him. The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged. As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowl inside it.
sorry about that. I hope that it will stave off the step without me having to like put a Q-tip up my nose or take antihistamines. My Allegra is not working, and I don't know why. And I swear I'm not sick or nothing, so I don't understand why my sinuses feel like somebody just turned on a faucet. This has been really cool. I'm glad Lynette is around, and I thought that maybe she was the culprit, or she was actually the kidnapped victim, and the other one was just to distract attention from who was actually being kidnapped, like it was a really good murder mystery, kind of whodunit.
This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any traces of the girl. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage, causing them to snap. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Linny is the most likely person to have access to all these areas.
But he doesn't have a motive.
Are you both good friends of his?
Well, you can't say we're good friends, but we've known each other for a little while.
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even convince you to act as his attorneys. I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is holding the audience in the palm of their hand. I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence. Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Just know that I'm warning you for your own good. Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the
He
crime
means because of
yourselves if you're
biases,
curious.
and a
Who
lot of
knows,
times
maybe you'll be
people
able to
will,
come up with
like
some new
how
evidence.
parents won't turn on their children or what have you, and they'll try to shelter them in the scene of the crime. Oftentimes people do tend to, it starts with a C, it's like confiscate or something, the truth, and they always try to mess things up because their perception of reality is based off of biases, and unless your biases are at the same level that somebody else's biases are, you perceive all of the events in your reality differently than like the guy sitting next to you at a table. Well, honestly, he was getting pretty old anyway, so he was probably about due up on his retirement, and they just killed him so he wouldn't get his tenure. Because he does work at the courthouse, so, you know, he's got that good retirement plan coming. And so they just offed him so he couldn't, you know, get his retirement. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go adventure. There's just so much going on, and I'm afraid we're going to run out of content. And if I'm supposed to be playing this like 3 days a week, what are we going to do?
Go ahead, have a look around. In the end, we're both after the truth.
But are you really, buddy? How do I know that you're not the reason why the pyrotechnics were misaligned and it burned the rope? Everybody who works here at the courthouse is a suspect. And if I was me and I actually had more control, the official would be in control of this operation. Because Oz could look things up and check for... What the hell is this? Oh, they're obviously a suspect in that puddle over there. Look, it's looking at me in the wrong way. That puddle is obviously something to investigate. Now that we're here, what does this puddle say? It says nothing, because it is just a puddle.
Hello there. What are you investigating?
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troop members are currently considered prime suspects. The investigation team is still collecting evidence. The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list. Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the public to help us find the missing person. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show. The Magic Troop members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects. Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troop at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
Okay then.
No need to be so formal. If you do happen to see the missing girl, please be sure to contact us. It is of utmost importance that we get to the bottom of these disappearances.
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall. The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks?
I know that they changed the voice actress for Paimon, but I really can't tell. And I feel sorry for the old one when I say that, but I really, really can't tell. It was a safety concern. I have a feeling that they were just angled wrong. Let's go look at that rope. That's right. Look.
Look! This bit is made from different material! Most of
Oh,
it
what the
was burned
hell?
away, but there's still a little bit of it left.
Type of flash cotton, like a wick. I assume that's a wick.
Something was made with that kind of material in it, then that means... Wait! Why don't you write all this down? Let's take notes!
You might need to write it all down. I advise everybody else writing it down too, because it'll be a whole other week before we finish Fontaine, before we're done tonight. Since there's so much to do in this game that we just gotta do it all, I guess. I thought I did this already. Yeah, hold on now. Right, didn't we get all of the crime scene? Yeah, okay. Well, we're gonna talk to Quentin.
The
Or
investigation
is it
team
Quentin?
has some new findings.
Because it's Fonts.
Turns out there's an issue with the
Fontaine.
random number selector after all.
See?
Oh, he's
Told
guilty
you.
already. He sounds
What if
like a
the machine
thug.
picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
Sorry to interrupt, but...
And not like a rapper thug, but one of those kind of thugs. Like, you're gonna be like running some moonshine out of Chicago, or up to the Bronx
You're
or
trying to
something.
help them? That'll be a tall order.
Lenny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? The lucky girl that later disappeared. Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away for further inspection.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number every time. I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether it's a trial or some performance. In other words, Linny knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
That much checks out. Lenny reserved our seats for us, too.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Linny.
It sounds like Fiorina set him up.
Paimon had better write it down.
I'm sorry, I just realized that the main story quest is super fun and it is so engrossing and stuff. But I feel like due to the constraints that we have, if it gets into a long cutscene, we need to go do something that doesn't have lengthy cutscenes that may or may not include a verbose amount of talking. And leave enough for next Tuesday for when we come back to find out what's really going on here in Fontaine. They even look like they're like in guard uniforms from like the Louvre. Anyway, let's go get like dirty and go kill a boss or something, because we missed all of last week's bosses except for one, and we should probably be doing all of those.
Yes, both of you.
Oh
Over here.
shoot.
I've been keeping an eye
I don't
on
want
you
nothing
for a
to know
while
about
now.
you. Would you just go away? Here's that verbose stuff I was talking about.
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth. No? And by the looks of it, you're not from Fontaine.
Well, you're right on the mark about that one, but who are you?
The other version of Purina. That's my
Have you
guess.
ever heard of the Spina di Rosula?
I have not. I don't even know what word that
Providing
is.
protection to
Or
solving
language, I mean.
conundrums. You name it. Spina di Rosula does it.
What is that, the spine of the rose?
Navia have the honor of being its renowned president.
Is that like a thorn? Maybe? Or does it mean it has like a
Those who
cervical
play by
spine?
our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melus.
Oh my god, it's the men in black.
Various daily needs and affairs
Where's Will
are
Smith?
under my purview.
Boss.
God damn it, Paimon. Take that off.
Well, I am the second generation president. Malus and the others are still used to my previous title.
My apologies, demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that instead.
No need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia is fine.
Okay, if you say so. Not that we're members of Spina di Rosula anyway.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand.
Oh, pray tell, mademoiselle, what can we do for you?
That's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time. Judging from the look of things, I find Linny an unlikely mastermind.
Really? We think so too! That's why we're looking for clues now. But how did you come to that conclusion?
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition.
So does that make you twice the woman that any other woman would be? If you have like double unparalleled intuition?
Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she? But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the justice had to
She did it on
interrupt her and
purpose the
ask
first
if she was
time.
pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway,
Well, she's having
the
fun
trial
with it.
begins the
She
moment
gets
someone levels
she gets
charges.
more energy
And,
the more
of course,
people that she
there was
has
no
into her
way
bullshit.
Farina was going to back
I
down
mean,
in that situation.
her thing.
Sounds more like you just don't
But she's a drama queen. I wonder if that's why it's called an opera.
What's your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly agree with her. All right, I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine.
Wait a minute, did that answer count?
Well, I say it does. But don't
I shouldn't say this,
You
but
won't get
Purina
any
is
pointless
fickle
questions from me.
like a drunk.
In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like
Like,
it's an opera?
at one time, they might be enjoying that bag of bread, but the next thing you know, they're yelling at their baguette, calling it all kinds of foul names, like stale and crusty and unappetizing.
And why would that be? See, Silver and Malus? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you, demoiselle. I too
It's so
think
serial. You can't be treating a trial
most excellent.
like it's a play or a
How
show.
wonderful the script or how fervent the
This
audience's
isn't court TV,
expectations
man.
may
It's
be.
not gonna
The
happen.
trials that go on stage here must be based in fact. And if that can be done, boss, then...
That's right, you tell her, Tommy Lee Jones.
Alright, that's
Oh,
quite
I like her
enough,
hair.
lovers. Anyway, I like your answer.
I think instead of playing one, I should be just doing costumes for people. But that's not my point.
Following which, our joint investigation shall commence. You two,
And he's Will Smith, but he's a lighter skin complexion. He has vitiligo. That's what I'm gonna call him from now on. He'll be Will Smith every time we see him.
the assistant. Sure. Or your companion, if you like. I'm really
Or she's
not that
Lisa's
fussy.
sister. She looks just like Lisa.
That's more like it.
Her eye color's wrong, but other than that, she looks like she could be just another person that lives in the same country.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth. You wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances. In this sense, our goals are aligned.
You have a point. Huh. You're quite the talker, aren't you, mister? And what about you over there?
The music doesn't match the mood either, but I'm good with that. He is blind. He has sunglasses on inside the
I
house.
have nothing to add.
Or else he's a rapper in disguise. He's just like, twiggity wiggity wiggity whack. Or
We'll be
something.
making some preparations first. Just be sure to let us know if they start revealing Lenny's tricks. Thanks!
I wonder if he can dance like Michael Jackson. Well, that was entertaining. That was actually pretty fun. We only got 18 minutes left. Let's go do something. Like, let's go fight a boss or something. Because this is really sucky. Anybody who's watched, if you're new and you're lurky, we don't sit around for more than like an hour and a half at most, because I like have ADHD on like crack, and I just get so bored on these kinds of games where it's impulse reaction from sitting around. I mean, and you gotta do all kinds of stuff anyway, and how are you gonna earn wishes if you're not out there earning wishes? The storyline doesn't really pay you as much as they should. As far as output goes, this is probably the cheapest one in all their games that I've ever played. Even Honkai gives you more primos than this one does. Which is sad, because Honkai's pretty chintzy too. And the pity's at the same level. But like, we're burning a lot of content, and we're not even gonna get a pity pull for the whole content. And the first time they did it with Chapter 1 with Devalin, you got 2 pities out of that, I think, and then some. There's over 150 rolls. So if you would have wanted to like go hard on the first week, you could have got most of your spins and gotten Venti, and then started getting Venti's weapon. Or like with Purina, at least I heard from what the statistics are showing, is don't run on this at all. You're better off with like a sack sword or something. I guess this Splendor of Tranquil Waters or whatever, her sword is supposed to be one of the worst things out of the 5-star weapons that there are, even for her. So you don't necessarily need to roll for that. You should be just getting something good. I'm gonna just jump off a deep end here and assume it's for energy recharge or crit hit rate. Because other than that, I didn't see what she did during that one event where they let you play her. In fact, Charlotte is better than she is, and Bido's garbage, but she's probably better than this Archon is, unless you use the Archon right. In fact, you could probably give the Archon the salty tuna, and then you'll sound just like me. Let's see, where were we going with that? Let's take our 10 pull on the weapon banner. Just because that's what I'm saving them for, and I don't know who's coming next. No, I don't want to do that. If Ye or I come next, I need to start building constellations for the second team, which is phenomenal compared to the first team. I mean, I could swap Sarah out for Kaching, because Kaching is C1, and I think she'll do better, but I just wanted something like this, and then I almost confused it with the other game. I was going to be like, and I have Huahua, but Huahua is from Honkai Star Rail, and she's basically like Jean. But this would be the next team. They're almost built. Almost. I don't like those bosses, but maybe we'll go fight a boss. What does Jean need? Wait, what? Bleeding quest for this character. Jean don't have no... Oh, do I actually have to stay inside of this thing? Can I just teleport out? This is gonna be a really weird 14 minutes if I can't get out of here. Because I want to go do something fun, like fight at least Priorina's boss. Where's that water boss? It's over here. So we'd have to come here at least. Can I teleport? I don't care, we'll start over. And if I have to start over, I'll do it offline and I'll put it on YouTube. I'll be like, well, this is the first beginning of the Genshin Impact streams on YouTube, everybody, and I'll cut them up into 1 hour, and I'll put, like, the intro and the outro on it. Maybe I'll do some thumbnails, because streams don't get thumbnails until they turn into VODs, and so on. Because I want to go do something, I don't care. Like, the one stream, there was, like, almost 3 hours of talking. And if somebody I used to know says they're talking too much, they need to shut up. And sometimes they're just talking too much. You lose the momentum. Next thing you know, you're just like bored and you don't care anymore. And I actually think that's what's happening with that part of the storyline, is that the pickup wasn't dramatic enough after the event, and it went right into quest instead of it having maybe a cutscene or two where they're talking about, you know, all the crap. Like, they couldn't, maybe instead of the ones where you actually have to go talk to them, they tell you how they couldn't find the body of the girl or their sister, so you felt like you're just in a hurry to go find the missing people, as opposed to investigating broken glass on the stage when there's 12 other people investigating broken glass on the stage. I hope this is the boss. If it's water, we're just gonna have a good time. I mean, I'm gonna get electrocuted too. Oh, what is this? See, this is already more exciting.
Absorption test. Oz, reveal. Booba, get them.
See? Because, look, it's hard. It hurts. And I have to move and, like, do things, and I can't just stand there and beat it up like everything else. But we're on Barbara for some reason. Here, and then special. Chun-Li. Up to Sucrose. Get out of the circle. There's another circle. He must be like a boss thing. He's the biggest crocodile. That's a saltwater crocodile in Genshin Impact right there. That's what that is. Almost called him a crocagator, but I stumbled on my words. And we're off. And he drops sturdy shells and mark shells, just like the crocodiles in the desert. So that's the boss, I think. Unless it's in the water, then we're gonna die horribly, because, you know, in hindsight, I don't think we're going to do this. I mean, unless it's something that wants to get up close and personal, It's a water boss in the water, and the other water boss shoots stuff at you. The other water boss shoots stuff at you. So, they have a 66% chance of shooting stuff instead of them being fun. And that thing just sucks. Look how slow it is. I mean, it needs glasses or something. We're going diving in Franstein. Hold on. I gotta see at least what it looks like. And that's our adventure for the night, because then we should be just about done. Unless something happens where we can't get underneath the... The hell, is this a big sandbar? This is very suspect. I think it's a very... I don't think it's a sandbar. That's a sandbar right there, but technically, because how it's deep and you can't really just walk on it, I don't think technically it's a sandbar. The hell? Okay, we're gonna swim towards the bay and see if I can dive from here. I want to at least see what it looks like. I'm glad there's no stamina, there's only water stamina. They need to put that everywhere. Running out of stamina when you're swimming after fish is stupid. Here we go. Okay. Is this the right one? Right? No, she's up here somewhere. Right, that's this fucking thing? Yeah, okay. I'm sorry for the F word. I do that sometimes, and I forget that it's when I mute or I don't mute, and I really don't... I can't say that I care, but I know that some demographics don't want swearing, and some don't care. It is a mature-rated game because there's gambling in it, so technically children should never be watching this. And if you're watching this with your children, make sure that you provide proper parental support and emphasize the fact that mommy and daddy's credit card isn't for every time they have a new character. Because if it is, mommy and daddy's going to be really mad at you. Okay, Oz was a little slow. I must not be generating enough particles. He'll be okay. As long as I have Barbie here, I don't even think he'll be able to hurt me. Drop a swirl. Bring out Sean Ling again. From Sean Ling to Barbara. But wrong button. Okay, and then you bring back Oz. Back to her. Barbara for the buff. Oh, we got 2 seconds left to go. Okay. Back to you. Just start spinning squirrel. She gonna die. I think it's funny that Barbara's just a tank. But he's dying, it doesn't matter. I'm sure you're supposed to drop the ads and do like normal stuff. But you don't have to, really. See, because here comes Sean Ling, but... And she should kill everything within a couple more hits. As long as I don't mess up. She's been a powerhouse ever since she came out. And as long as you know how to play her, even as a physical DPS, you should be fine. Because mine's still physical. Their Fiorina is ready to go up to level 60. And we're off. 5 minutes left to go. Let's go find somebody else to get beat up by. I think just because I haven't... It's dramatic and it'll take time. Let's go here. I guess I have to heal first. Map. So we'll go get healed and then we'll go to my worst boss fight that I can do. Because it's actually hard for any of my teams. Because I don't have a good Geo. Or somebody that can heal without causing water damage. Jean isn't built, so she doesn't count. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna use Noelle and we're gonna drop her down and you're gonna see how quick she takes out those pillars. Because she's almost built. She's got her Claymore at 5 and stuff. And she's just missing some stuff. I think her constellations are short by 2 and stuff. It's like Sean Ling isn't done. She's missing 1. And when she gets that other 1, I think she'll up her damage by, I think it's 20 or 30%. So she becomes very, very painful, just like Fischl is, because Fischl's C6 and she's done. I mean, other than her actual bow. But I don't really care about that part. Oz is what does the damage. We honestly don't have time for this. So, normally I have a 2-minute and 30-second intro and a 2-minute and 30-second outro that the publishers have given me rights to use on Twitch, and one of them has given me rights for YouTube. So I should be playing music right now. So what we need to do is roll my outro and my wording and all of that mess. So let's get somewhere and we'll pretend this is our music, and then in a minute I will tell you the stuff and we'll act like there's credits. It's been a really fun 3 hours. I'm surprised it went as fast as it did. I thought it was gonna drag ass really bad. But mainly because sometimes Genshin just gets really, really boring. Because there's a lot of talking. And its selling point wasn't necessarily the story, but the way that the characters interact with each other and the whole gameplay mechanics. The story was like secondary for a lot of people. And the way that people flamed it, they acted more like it was just a gacha system without anything good to it. And it was supposed to be like a giant ripoff of other stuff, and I've never seen that. So I can only talk good stuff about that part. So anyway, without further ado, let's end the stream. We got a minute left. I don't know why that isn't resetting, and I will undo the whole scene tomorrow and try to fix it. Because if you notice how the one border is almost not there, something is broken on the scene, and I think it was when I was trying to change the colors and animate all the words. So anyway, This looks like a wonderful time to stop the stream. Thank you all for watching, and if you enjoyed the show, please make sure you push that mislabeled friend button, and you will be notified anytime I go live. This has been another Genshin Impact episode, and we were lost in Fontaine tonight for MSQ's Day. Thank you everybody, and good night.